Forward! March! March! Time! March! Ready? Face! Go! Hold! Present! Go! Mark time. Mark. Forward. Mark. Go. Mark. Over. Go. Ready, turn. Ready, turn. Halt.
Good evening, Ms. Obama, General Bullard, Ms. Fitzgerald, Mr. Toth, Dr. Curtis, Mr. Gould, Mr. Gerstner, Mr. Ollier, distinguished guests, family, friends, and members of the class of 2011. Thank you for joining us this evening for our commencement. Dr. Seuss once said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who'll decide where to go." This quote is a perfect quote that can represent or reflect our class for two reasons. One is that we have basically had to live by the meaning of this quote for our entire high school career. The second reason is that tonight, each and every member of the class of 2011 will be prepared for the future. The class of 2011 was never known as the intelligent class or the cohesive class. But as it stands today, I know the class can definitely argue that we are not the same class today as it was in the beginning. I guess in order for everyone else in the audience to understand this, I have to start at the beginning. But before I start, I need to say that tonight our class of 27 has embraced our fellow students from the DoDEA Japan district. For this night, we are 36 strong, and we are glad that they are able to participate in this special evening. But I need to talk about the emergence of the QMHS graduates as a class. Our class was born the school year 2007-2008. On that August day, however, we were not the same 27 students that you see before you. On that day, the only members from our current class included lovable Lindsay Brennan, hilarious Alex Mancini, and overdramatic me, Emily Mitchell. Over the course of the freshman year, we gained clever Ashley Rowe, loud Roderick Mitchell, jumpy Nikki Kassarin, athletic Amanda Unselt, and stylish Melinda Jordan. Freshman year was a brilliant year. It was the year of learning. Through this year, people learned what type of person they were, how to stay out of drama, and how to simply stay on top of the multitude of work. In addition, it was the year that our field day paddle emerged from the depths of Mr. Morin's woodshop room. There you go. Although many in this room tonight cannot even begin to grasp the importance of this paddle, I can tell you it was the object that kept our class closest. To conclude the freshman year, the last major event of the 2007-2008 school year was the winning of field day for the first time. The next school year, 2008-2009, was like the beginning of any school year. On the first day of school, the veterans of the freshman year class scoped the halls to see all of the new students. On this day, they found QB number 1, Chase King, dancing star Mingu Kang, firefighter Christian Kappen, artist Diana Copeland, nicest girl Ashton Morgan, soccer machine Sadie Juilliard, and future Marine Max Benedict. Sophomore year was the year of figuring out how to write research papers with Mr. Primer and Ms. Nowinski. It was also the year for everyone to start a relationship. With this came advice from MCJROTC's Colonel Roy. Although both Ryan and I, and Nikki and Chase have been proving his theory wrong, he still says that high school relationships will never work. With summer soon approaching, the sophomores decided to end their year with a second win in field day. Now we are on to the year of 2009-2010. This year brought ambitious Adacia Jones, amazing Tiana Bernal, friendly Haley Clark, sweet Elissa Gold, funny storyteller Anthony Tagliabue, cool Richie Barrios, and the fist pumpers Snorri Brendan and Raymond Sanavasi. This was the year that everyone made sure everything was being completed to ensure successful futures. It was the year of the fabulous and memorable play Pom Pom Zombies, and also the first year of the dreaded AP exams. Different from our first 2 years of high school, this year we could go to prom. Although many feel our junior prom was not as great as our senior prom, it was still a night to remember. The juniors this year found it necessary to carry out the tradition of winning field day. In case anybody does not remember the happenings of field day or their memories are a little faded, this is to the seniors of last year. We won fair and square, and I scored a goal in soccer. So we won. So that brings us to this year, the school year of 2010-2011. This year we welcomed relaxed Valerie Murphy, musical Dan Choike, trendy Brandon Niblock, and fabulous Kayla Haynes. If anyone has lost count, that would bring our class to 27. This year was the year the senior class would go to Lunga Park and give the SRO and his fellow MPs the longest night ever. This was the year the senior class would go to their last prom, where Ashley Rowe and Snorri Brendan would be crowned prom queen and king. This was the year the senior class would finally experience Miss Adenoffy's dreaded research paper that is required to graduate. This was the year the senior class would win field day for the fourth and final time. Oh, yeah. Now, seniors, we are at Little Hall in our proper attire of white dresses and black slacks, with the graduation starting at 7:00 p.m. sharp with our lovely guest, Speaker, First Lady Michelle Obama. We all know that in order to make it to this night, time, effort, and work were needed to be put into this past 4 years of high school. I have seen every member of this class grow throughout the years of high school. And even if you are not the straight-A student, the superstar athlete, an amazing test taker, or the best MCJROTC cadet, I know that each and every one of you will try hard to succeed at whatever you may try to accomplish after high school. Although I say I cannot wait to get out of high school, I know I will miss it in each and every one of you. With the multitude of personalities and goals from each of you, I have been affected and my life has been forever influenced. I'm so glad I was a part of the class of 2011. Thank you, Emily. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, teachers and friends, and especially our guests. Tonight we celebrate the transition of these 27 Quantico seniors and 9 Japan District seniors into the next phase of our lives. Quantico is unique, Quantico is tradition, Quantico is the students who live from its legacy. Quantico seniors have transformed our senior quote from Emerson, "To be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment," into a new age connection. What it means in our new age is we are who we are, words made famous by Kesha. Coming to Quantico, anyone would receive a shock. It took me a year to adjust to the cultural differences and embrace the traditions of this small middle high school. Having less than 30 students in a graduating class gives each student the chance to be in the spotlight throughout the entire year. This spotlight gives each student the ability to be themselves rather than becoming a pawn in one of the large groups that seem to form in larger high schools. Rather than being labeled a prep, a nerd, or a jock, our graduates have already developed in their individual character and personality without restriction. You will never be able to match the strength of our Quantico personalities with any of the groups found in a larger school. It is hard to define our class in a few words. It is hard to define what we will do in our future. It is certain that we are the future and we will produce leaders in diverse fields. Some of the fields our graduates are pursuing include nursing, dentistry, art, modeling, drama, law, engineering, firefighting, teaching, and what probably hits home for most of the crowd, military, with some of our fellow classmates joining the Marine Corps. We will produce leaders in an area of expertise, and next thing you know, we'll be in new jobs and new fields of endeavor. Because we are who we are, each 2011 graduate will bring flavor and interest to their line of work and make an impact because they are not afraid to be themselves and express what they think and feel. Because, hey, that's just who we are. Every Quantico senior makes a difference. We have each made an impact on this school. We have each made an impact on each other. Even though we may be viewed as rambunctious seniors by the administration and anyone else, in all reality, we have already danced our way through the end of the world once, and we'll do it again and again. We were able to face our differences and come together. We have moved on from the days of apple-bottom jeans and boots with the fur, and we still like to and we all like to say we wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. But we realize we will run this town tonight, and tomorrow morning it's back to reality and moving on to the next phase. But even though right now every senior is thinking that it's Friday and that we're so excited to finally be released from the throes of high school, we have to realize that actions have consequences. Today, we pass on to the next phase. Today, we become responsible for our own actions. As teenagers, we all believe we're invincible, but reality must be recognized. We are not. We must still keep a firm head on our shoulders and look at the opportunities we have awaiting us. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the future leaders of America. We will make decisions that will follow in the aftermath of oil spills and earthquakes. We will decide to sit in the front seat or in the back seat. We will look at new dilemmas with new technology and fresh minds. We will face the world and stand by what we think because we are who we are. In this bittersweet evening, we graduates salute our parents and family. You have been there for us our entire lives. No words can describe your help, but we realize that in just a few minutes, we will be moving on to the next chapter. We will kiss our moms on the cheek and hug our dads goodbye. Tonight we realize that hard work and endurance have finally paid off. We promise to stay forever young and remain who we are because that is what has gotten us to this stage, and that is what will take us on to the next stage. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In class of 2011, congratulations, we did it.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to present the honor awards for the seniors with the highest grade point averages in this year's class. The salutatorian of the class of 2011 with the grade point average of 3.84 is Emily Page Mitchell. The valedictorian of the class of 2011 with a grade point average of 3.91 is Brannon McKee Niblock. Congratulations to Brandon and Emily. Before I introduce our special commencement speaker, the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, I would like to recognize the special graduates we have with us tonight. Prior to the March 11th earthquake and tsunami that devastated Japan, these students attended the Niall C. Kinnick and Robert S. Edgren high schools, both of which are DoDEA schools in the Pacific area. These students were voluntarily evacuated with their families to the United States, and they have subsequently finished their DoDEA graduation requirements in public schools. Unfortunately, they are not able to return to Japan to participate in the commencement ceremonies at their own high schools. In the spirit of community and camaraderie that is the hallmark of children of military families, our Quantico Middle High School class of 2011 welcomes their classmates from across the globe to tonight's commencement ceremony. Our seniors are honored and proud to include them in this special day as they too receive their hard-earned diplomas. Our celebration tonight highlights the successful achievements of our young seniors as they reach an important milestone in their lives. It is also a significant event for parents of seniors as they watch their children transition from the teen years to adulthood. I know that all of you gathered today are proud of each and every one of our graduates. Today is in a special way. We remember our family and friends who can't be with us, especially our deployed service members. They too share in that pride today. It is now my distinct honor to introduce this evening's special commencement speaker, the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. A product of Chicago Public Schools, Mrs. Obama studied sociology and African American studies at Princeton University and went on to graduate from Harvard University Law School. Early on, Mrs. Obama decided her true calling was working with people to serve their communities and neighbors. She has been a tireless advocate for equality and opportunity for all people in her work as a lawyer, her work with the City of Chicago, AmeriCorps, the University of Chicago, and many other community service initiatives. As First Lady, she has continued to be active, engaging in the fight against childhood obesity, encouraging grassroots service, and supporting our military families. She lives the values we hold dear in our military communities, commitment to our nation and to our families. Her special charge to the class of 2011 is the spirit of service and involvement in improving the world. Mrs. Obama's special visit this year to Quantico Middle High School underscores her commitment to supporting and highlighting the strength of America's military and their families. This evening, Madam First Lady, I present to you 36 sons and daughters of our nation's military personnel who comprise the class of 2011. You will find among them a diverse group of students who have been involved in every aspect of community life here on campus. As scholars, athletes, artists, JROT cadets, and musicians, they have worked hard to finish school and to earn their diplomas. Together, they have worked hard to build a caring community of friends and to carry on the traditions and culture that make our school unique. They have helped to create a special place where students are always recognized as individuals. They have enjoyed the strong support of this Marine Corps community and of military communities around the world where schools and education are the cornerstones of strengthening military communities. They have developed a love of learning that will remain with them for life, and they are committed to establishing themselves as contributing members of our American society. At Quantico Middle High School, we take great pride serving military families and in providing a quality education to the most deserving of America's youth. We are honored tonight that you, the greatest cheerleader of military families in our generation, would come and share your thoughts with our graduates today. Seniors, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama.
Well, thank you. Thank you all so much. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be here with all of you tonight. I want to start by thanking your principal, Mr. Ollier, for that very kind introduction and also for his outstanding leadership and putting up with you all for all these years. I also want to recognize Brandon and Emily for their wonderful remarks and their outstanding achievements as well. I didn't know anything about what you were talking about, but I got a good sense that you all are a very interesting bunch of young people. And of course, graduates, we have to take a moment to celebrate all of these folks sitting around you today with the cameras and the beaming, proud smiles. Now, even under the best of circumstances, it is not easy to raise kids who turn out as well as all of you. But parents, you've managed to do this as Marines carrying out missions across the globe while somehow still finding time for bedtime stories over the phone and advice over video chat. You all have done it as spouses running your households and juggling your careers all alone through deployment after deployment, PCS after PCS. And I have to tell you that as a mother, as a First Lady, and as an American, I am blown away by your strength. I am inspired by your sacrifice. And I know that our graduates are so grateful for your unwavering love and support. So graduates, let's give your families a round of applause, right? And finally, to the class of 2011, congratulations. We are so very proud of all of you. And I want everyone to know, again, I want to reiterate that today's ceremony, again, doesn't just include the 27 outstanding members of the Quantico class of 2011, but we also have the 9 graduates from 2 high schools in Japan who, as Mr. Ollier said, were evacuated after the last earthquake and missed having commencement ceremonies of their own. And I think it says a great deal about the generosity of spirit here at Quantico, that you all have welcomed these students to be part of your graduation. And I also think it says a great deal about these 9 young men and women, that they've handled this upheaval with such grace. Though frankly, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by their strength and their grace, nor am I surprised by all of your kindness and compassion. Because over the past few years, I've had the privilege of visiting military families and communities across this country, and these are the qualities that I've seen in every military kid that I've met. And that's why, frankly, preparing for this commencement was a little bit intimidating, because coming up with a thoughtful message for all of you was no small challenge. See, because when I do a lot of commencements, and when I do, I usually give a speech and I reassure the graduates that they'll be fine taking on new challenges and leaving their hometowns and being apart from their families, starting over at a new school. I urge them usually to broaden their horizons and expose themselves to all kinds of people and cultures and experiences. Or I tell them that they have an obligation to give back, and to volunteer in their communities and serve their country. But graduates, the truth is that none of you really needs to hear this advice today, because as military kids, you've already lived it. You all have moved an average of more than 6 times each, and one of you has moved 18 times. And this is the 4th time I understand that Emily has lived at Quantico, and each time she's been in a school with an entirely new group of kids. So I guess when it comes to leaving behind everything you know and starting over again, you all have been there, done that, right? It's no big deal. Having lived all across the country and around the world, I think that a lot of you know a thing or two about broadening your horizons. And many of you have watched your parents deploy halfway around the world for months on end, carrying out critical missions to keep us all safe. So I think you already know a thing or two about service to country. As military kids, you all have faced challenges, you've learned lessons, and you've experienced things that most people don't experience in their entire lifetimes, let alone in their first 18 years. And I know that most of you don't really fully understand just how rare and unique you really are, because most of you have never known any other way of life. So for you, how you live and what you deal with every day is really just no big deal, right? It's nothing special. But I'm here today because I want you to know that I think it is a big deal. I'm here because I think that all of you are incredibly special. And that's what I want to talk to you about this evening. I want to talk about what makes military kids like you so special. I want to talk about the skills, the character, the unique perspective that you've all developed. And I want to talk about how all of that will serve you throughout your lives, no matter where your journeys take you, no matter what life throws in your path. So let's start with that strength and resilience and maturity that each of you has had to develop as a military kid. Now, unlike other generations of military kids, all of you have come of age during a time of war. And you all watch the news. You all understand what your parents are fighting for and what they're fighting against. You've lived with the reality and the worry that at any moment they could be deployed halfway around the world, your lives turned upside down. And when this happens, you have to adjust quickly, learning to say grace night after night with an empty seat at the table, keeping your spirits up through all the missed holidays and games and special moments that you would have given anything to have your mom or dad there by your side, stepping up to help with chores even when you were juggling activities and homework of your own, putting on a brave face for everyone even when you were worried beyond measure, reassuring friends and family that you were okay, even when sometimes you weren't. So unlike some of your civilian peers, I don't think any of you are going to panic about having to do your own laundry or cook your own meals when it's time to leave home, right? I don't think any of you are going to sweat the small stuff. Bad grade on a test, bad day at work, that is not going to knock you off your game, because from a very young age, you all have been dealing with the big stuff. And that's given you perspective. And you may not realize it now, but your experience has given you a resilience and a sturdiness of spirit that will prepare you for the setbacks and hardships that you will inevitably face in life. And that's something that no one can ever take from you. And let's be clear, your time as a military kid hasn't just strengthened your heart. It hasn't just shaped your character, it has also broadened your mind. And that's the second point that I want to make this evening. Now, some of you aren't even old enough to vote yet, but you've already lived all across the country, all around the world. You've immersed yourself in new communities and new cultures. You've learned new languages. You've eaten new food, some of which you probably would have preferred to miss. Most important, you've learned how to make friends with people from all different backgrounds. You've learned to look beyond the surface. Now, what someone looks like, what their accent sounds like, what they're wearing. Instead, you've gotten to know people for who they really are. And you've formed friendships that will challenge your assumptions and expose you to all kinds of new experiences, music that you never would have listened to, places that you would have never been, ideas you never would have thought of on your own. And all of this doesn't just make for an interesting Facebook page. It's also the key to an interesting and successful career. No matter what field you pursue, no matter where you choose to pursue it. I mean, think about it for a minute. We have the privilege of living in one of the most diverse nations on earth. So chances are that you're going to encounter in the coming years the folks you'll meet, your colleagues and classmates, your clients, your patients. These folks will likely be from backgrounds that are very different from your own. And these days, with modern technology and the rise of a global economy, it's possible to do business with not just folks who live with you, but with businesses anywhere around the world. So some of you might find yourselves working at a company here in Virginia or maybe in California or Minnesota that's selling products to people in Asia or Latin America or even Africa. And graduates, you will be ready for all of this on the very first day of your very first job because you've already done it. You already know how to get along with different people. You already know how to navigate different cultures, so you already have a skill set that so many employers and schools and folks you will encounter are looking for. One that will position you for success both in career, whatever career you choose, and in the life that you're going to build for yourself with your family. Because in the end, nothing else in life, not your job, not your paycheck, not your achievements, nothing will matter more than your family. And that brings me to the third reason why your experience as military kids is so valuable. It has taught you what it means and what it takes to sustain strong, healthy families. Now, as is the case for all of you, for the Obamas, our family is our rock. It is the center of our universe. And I feel tremendously blessed that we're all together right now in the White House, eating dinner together most nights and seeing our kids off to school most mornings, but this wasn't always the case. I mean, there were those years when my husband was in the Senate and he was out in Washington during the week and only home on the weekends, and then he was out on the campaign trail and he was gone for days, sometimes weeks on end. And this put a strain on our family. We missed each other terribly, and we had misunderstandings, which is easy to do when you're only in touch through email or phone calls. And sometimes our frustration that we weren't with each other would become frustration with each other. And our experiences as a family, they are nothing compared to what many of you and your families have dealt with. It's not even in the same universe. So I have to tell you that I am in awe of you. I'm in awe of how, for so many of you, dealing with the stresses of military life has actually strengthened your family bonds rather than weakening them. I'm in awe of how spending time apart has actually brought you even closer together. And I know that this doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you all put in the effort, using every piece of technology known to man, staying up for hours, day and night to make sure you connect. It happens because, unlike many young people, you've learned that you can't take your families for granted. You actually have to say those things to the folks you love that folks rarely say to each other. Things like, I'm proud of you, that I don't know what I would do without you. You can't hold on to those things. Things like, I love you more than words can imagine. You know how important those messages are. And most of all, it happens because you all have the maturity to understand that your parents are part of something so much bigger than themselves or you or your family. You understand that their service keeps every single American safe. They protect and defend the very freedoms that every single one of us in this country holds dear. And you all have stepped up to support their work. You've gone the extra mile, you've done the extra chores, you've made the extra effort to keep in touch, you've worked hard to stay strong and be brave even when you were worried or scared. In short, when your parents were called to serve, all of you answered that call as well. For all these years, you've been serving right alongside them. And that's actually the final thing that I want to discuss this evening. What you've learned about service to your families, your community, and your country. And I think it's fair to say that for military kids, service is the air that you breathe. It's how you were raised. It's the example your parents have set for you from the day you were born. And it's the example that all of you are setting for others. You guys have logged in hundreds of hours volunteering, serving as soccer coaches and referees, tutoring students, picking up trash, working with organizations like the Red Cross and Toys for Tots. And I'm told that several of you are planning to follow in your parents' footsteps with military service of your own. Brannon calls herself a daddy's girl, and she said she used to try on her father's flight suit when she was little. And now she's headed to the Merchant Marine Academy, where she'll carry on the family tradition of serving in uniform. And all of that is on top of the daily service that all of you perform just by being a military kid. I think that Admiral Mullen, who's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, described it well when he said, and this is his quote, said, "Your mom or your dad is serving our country at an extraordinary time in our history, and they couldn't do it as well as they do without your support." So you all make a difference. We know you're sacrificing, but you are an important part to the greater whole. I mean, you really are the greatest. And I'm not just saying that, it bears repeating. You all really are some of the greatest kids this country has. Your families know that. Our military leaders know that. I know that. My husband knows that. And we want every single American to know this as well. And that's why we all brag about America's military kids every chance we get. And tonight, as you prepare to leave Quantico and make your way in the world, I hope that all of you will take every opportunity to brag on yourselves. You gotta learn how to brag on yourself, right? Maybe that's not too hard for some of you. I hope that you will never be shy about telling your classmates, your coworkers, your neighbors about the extraordinary lives you have already lived. I hope that you'll tell them about the places you've been and the lessons you've learned and the challenges you've overcome. Because I want as many people as possible to know your stories. Because graduates, you all are an inspiration. You all are role models, not just for military kids, but for all kids, for all adults, for all Americans who want to see what patriotism and sacrifice and service to country really looks like. And I want to end tonight by quoting one of your classmates, Chase King. Chase, you had a nickname. What was it, Emily? Chase the Great? Or the Crazy? Was it Crazy or Great? Just Great. Chase recently said, and these are his words, "I feel like I'd like to get out there and be something important, something that could change lives." Well, Chase and all you graduates, make no mistake about it, you all are already something important. You already have changed lives. And with everything you've learned and everything you've experienced as military kids, I am confident that you will continue to do that wherever your journeys may take you. So again, congratulations. Thank you for all that you've done for us. We are proud of you. We expect even bigger things in the future. And God bless you all, and good luck in the future.
Ms. Obama, thank you for your gracious and inspiring remarks tonight. We are truly honored to have you spend this special evening with us tonight. And I believe we could give her another round of applause, can we? Thank you. Thank you. The following scholarships have been accepted by members of the class of 2011. Lindsay Brennan, Sons of Italy in America, $500. Daniel Choike, York Heritage, $8,000. Chase King, Naval ROTC Scholarship, $150,000. Military Officers Association of America Scholarship, $2,000. Emily Mitchell, Quantico Officer Spouses Organization, $1,000. The Ann Haggerty History Scholarship, $1,000. And the Quantico Alumni Association, $1,000. Roderick Mitchell, Chowan University, $21,500. Federal Credit Union, $1,000. And Clinton and Doris Stuyvesant Scholarship, $500. Ashton Morgan, Avid Scholarship, $500. And the Quantico Educators Association Scholarship, $1,000. Brandon Niblock, Quantico Alumni Scholarship, $1,000. Military Officers Association of America Scholarship, $500. And the United States Merchant Marine Academy, $210,000. Raymond Santavasi, Mary Washington Academic Scholarship, $4,000. Amanda Unselt, Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation, $7,500. Alexa Lazar, Academic Scholarship, Jacksonville University, $44,000. Nejla Logan, Academic Scholarship, Old Dominion University, $28,500. Ladies and gentlemen, the students you see standing here have earned nearly $500,000 in scholarships. Round of applause. Congratulations. All right, I think this is the time you've been waiting for, guys. Mr. Gould, I can confirm at this time that these students have completed all of the requirements necessary for graduation from their respective DoDEA schools, Quantico Middle High School, Niles C. Kinnick High School, and Robert D. Edgren High School. It is my pleasure to present the class of 2011 for the awarding of their diplomas. Richard Barrios. All right. Maxwell Ayers Benedict. Tiana Rochelle Bernal. Snorre Brendan. Lindsay Christine Brennan. Dominique Danielle Casarin. Daniel James Choiky II. Haley Alexandria Clark. Diana Michelle Copeland. Elissa Marie Gold. Kayla Ariel Haynes. Adacia Charday Jones. Melinda Renee Jordan. Sadie Joy Juliar. Minggu Kang. Christian Lucas Kappen. Chase Carter King. Alexander Vito Mancini. Emily Page Mitchell. Congratulations, sir. Roderick Jadarius Mitchell. Congratulations, sir. Ashton Alicia Morgan. Valerie Lena Murphy. Brannon McKee Niblock. It's your moment, then. Ashley Marie Rowe. Raymond Daniel Santavasi. Congratulations, Ray. That's good. Anthony Frederick Taglaboo. Congratulations. Amanda Unselt. From Niles C. Kinnick High School, Naomi Chanel Castro. Justine Ashley Cruz. Corey Robert Gonzalez. Elicio Sebastian Inocente. Alexa Remington Lazar. Congratulations. Nejla Manel Logan. Dylan Thomas Quinn Murphy. And from Robert D. Edgren High School in Japan, Sabrina Gabrielle Cavazos. And last but certainly not least, Gabriela Nicole Cuevas. Congratulations. Will the graduating seniors please rise? You may now move your tassel to the left, signifying your graduation from high school. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the graduates of the class of 2011.
This year, I am the representing president of the senior class. And on behalf of the class of 2011, we would like to present a gift to Miss Obama. You guys can all see. The plaque that the seniors are presenting to Miss Obama is made of black walnut and maple from the old basketball court in the school. It has school coins embedded in the top showing our school seal and our blue ribbon school designation. The coin was designed by an alumnus of our school, Jeff Morin. The plaque itself was designed by a faculty member, Greg Morin. It has a picture of the Quantico Middle High School class of 2011 and a brass plate thanking Miss Obama and commemorating the date of graduation. The class gift is funding to start the Odyssey of the Mind program here at QMHS. The students are providing the money for membership and problem-solving supplies. This gift is directly tied to our school improvement goal for problem-solving. Odyssey of the Mind is an international educational program that provides creative problem-solving opportunities for students from kindergarten through college. Team members apply their creativity to solve problems that range from building mechanical devices to presenting their own interpretations of literary classics. They then bring their solutions to competition on the local, state, and world level. Thousands of teams from throughout the U.S. and from about 25 other countries participate in the program. Our last gift, we don't have it with us right now to limit the graduation time, but if Ms. Adenolfi and Coach Tom would please stand. These are our two sponsors. Please stand. Oh yes, you're standing. Our two sponsors went way above and beyond for all of us, and we want you to know we know what you do. Thank you so much. Right now, since the seniors are not coming up for whatever reason, we're going to take a picture of the class of 2011 with First Lady Obama, so you guys will know what's going on.
Thank you.